it doesn't look like a very powerful engage. The pulse bomb goes to the back, gets no one, sacrificer gets used.
Yeah, Sun Series now with attack visor. There is a Transcendence though from 12-15 as well to combos. No one is on the point once again. So what is with this tournament? People leaving the point alone.
Cloud9, I think they were winning the fight already, but I don't know. Not an official definition for Cloud9, but yeah. I would say that they could have sent someone to touch the point, definitely.
Dude, I don't think it's even Cloud9 if you never touch the point in the first place.
Z9,
it was going the way.
Yeah,
Z9 maybe. Fantastic Fox was actually winning there. They had the chance, they had attack visor, they were getting the first 2 kills, but the point already being captured by them doesn't even make, like, it doesn't matter anymore after that.
Definitely a more clean engage coming out from Fantastic Fox. So all these months, all these weeks and months screaming for open division has paid off in this match in the XP Community Cup Overwatch, brought to you by Global Esports. So we're going to see a divecom run by both teams, a pure divecom. It's going to be an absolute miracle. Yeah, we're going back to season 4, season 5, where both teams like to run this on literally every single map.
So this isn't even an issue of picks anymore. This is gonna be all in terms of mechanical skill. So it looks like Fantastic Fox is going for the flank. Genji trying to focus on series, is trying to use the sun to cover his attack, but now we do see a jump in coming in from Nader. Oxidized with the G-Mech onto his counter diva. Really good burst of shurikens, destroys the Winston, but so far it's going the way of Insidious. We do it, the 2 attacks have fallen, and so has 12-15 because of Baylight from Oxidized. Sun Series trying to do some work. He gets taken down by Bricks. Bricks doing some work there on his ninja, and Shrine goes in the way of Insidious.
One other thing you can see that's kind of interesting is both of them sort of played like a counter dive at first. They were sort of only skirmishing because both Winston, you could obviously see they were looking for the Zenyatta, and both Zenyatta was playing kind of out of line of sight. They're playing, down the staircase, around the pillar. So both Winston didn't have enough confidence to go for a deep dive.
Here comes a deep dive coming in from Fantastic Fox. They did have the ultimate advantage. Sun Series already cleaving Sam in half. Still isn't getting any other kills though, but Starboy is there to get rid of the Winston. In the meantime though, Bricks with his Dragon Blade as well. 12-15 does fall with the rest of his brothers here on Nepal. The Lucio falls as well. ZTTP. The 2 supports are gone. Dark Shadow has to retreat. Will try to get himself a suicide, and yes, he does.
Beautiful dive and beautiful aggression by Insidious, and then I think this is what we see in a lot of our Southeast Asian teams. I would like, it's kind of like a criticism, but I would say that most of our Southeast Asian teams are very, very purely mechanical, very good at brawling, but not so good at set play, and we kind of see a little bit of this mechanical prowess here on the side of both teams. Though I do say, I think Fantastic is still a little bit neater on their engage. Both are still quite reasonably messy, but it doesn't matter. Mechanics is what we want to see here. I want to see who takes out each other first of all.
Yeah, so Yeezy now here with the pulse bomb ready, will be able to stick it or doesn't use it yet. Will the sound barriers come out from both squads? In the meantime though, Sam ready with the Transcendence. Will he use it? There is a self-destruct. Pulse bomb gets 2, however, and Dark Shadow with the kill there onto Bricks. This looks like it can be Fantastic Foxes in this engagement. Dark Shadow runs Sam over. The only person left is Yeezy there, and Fearless. Fearless with the kill there onto Starboy. Really impressive play there from the Lucio. And so far, it's going the way of Fantastic Fox.
So we're gonna take a look at the replay right now, see what happened in the previous fight. And yeah, straight up brawl, but nice mechanics, nice aim is what I have to say for the DPS. So I kind of wanted to see a Sombra run in this map because Sombra has run a lot in contenders and in higher level in high level pro team fights, but I don't think we're gonna be seeing much Sombra here. And I think Pure Dive is just something that is very comfortable to run. You discriminate, you play it so many seasons. Anyway, here they goes to engage. They're going for the Zen. Prophecy is going to reply with Transcendence.
Really good Transcendence there in reaction to the dive coming in from the Tracer. And now we do see Nader did pop the Primal Rage, but he's actually using it to back off instead. So Fantastic Fox pushing them back right there.
I mean, Insidious is completely happy with the results because they know they only wanted to force the Trance, and Trance is what they forced. Look at that, they kept all their ultimate. They only used Primal to make sure to force out the Trance, of course, and to stay in the fight, and they even force out the Primal from nets. So they're going to be able to enter the next fight with at least Transcendence, but I think they will be able to build up the sound barrier in the meantime.
They'll probably wait on maybe Sound Barrier, or they're gonna go in with the Dragon Blade. Yes, they do. Exactly what happens. Bricks though slices 12-15 in half. Sam with a offensive trance as well. 3 have fallen now, and Insidious is running wild. They're very, very meticulous with their attack here, doing so great. And now they're gonna be able to start capturing the point. Easy chasing down Starboy.
You can actually make it back. It's at 85%. It's gonna be really close, but if one tank touched the point. Alright, I still don't think they're going to be winning it. Yeah, I still think it's going to be too close for comfort, but they definitely can touch the point before the point caps.
Yeah, the Winston there jumping. Natnad's really good jump there to keep the overtime. Soundbarrier coming out from Fearless to protect most of his team. Bricks really low, gets healed up. Oxidize now with a self-destruct as well as Dark Shadow. Natnad's actually takes up Baby Diva and the self-destruct gets to Genji as well. CTTP now with the Soundbarrier protecting 4. And here comes the dive out coming in from Nader. Fearless is the only one. If Discord is on him, the leash will easily fall there. And Fantastic Fox
This is going to be so very tight because both supports are mirroring each other's ultimate. So when he gets sound barrier, you can expect the other Lucio to have sound barrier within 10 to 20% of your own sound barrier. So we have been seeing this mirror when Fearless has his sound barrier, he uses it, and TTTP has his sound barrier and uses it. And both of them are just alternating the kind of outs they have. But Troll 15 will have his front first, and this might be crucial in the next fight.
Yeah.
So Engage
He
goes
needs to get
down.
a shot though onto the Winston, and there's the chance right there. Nader is the first target. He's really low. Starboy going wild. He is a Starboy right there. Now the Genji of Insidious does pop the Dragon Blade, gets to the Diva is really low, however he has to back off now. Bricks has to back off. Natnats is chasing. Fantastic Fox is keeping this point in their
Look at
possession.
that. What is happening? Netnex and Bricks, what are you guys doing dancing around the elephant statue? This is Overwatch.
I think they're giving regards to the elephant right there, but looks like, Sam has switched to the Moira, getting color out the shadow. Sun Series though does have his Dragon Blade, slicing up the Diva mech in half into bits and pieces. Now the mech has popped out the pilot does fall. Oh, here's a Tracer, no, Easy, a little too late. Fantastic Fox.
I was laughing because like the Genji and the Winston, they were playing at the elephant statue, right? So, yeah, obviously Winston wins the matchup, but every time he tries to chase the Genji just slides to the left and slides to the right. And I was just like, what the heck is going on over there?
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
I was actually on that perspective as well. Really funny that they used it for cover. Really good cover usage there.
So from our analysis, so far it seems like there have been no control maps that have gone 1-1 this tournament. It has been a 2-0, but I have to say, right, 2-0 sounds one-sided, but this round, this map has been anything but one-sided. Don't you think the same thing?
Yeah, dude. Especially Shrine, the mechanical matchup right there, and looks like we're gonna be going into our next game in just a bit, which is gonna be King's Row. Yeah, the mirror matchup was one to watch. The Moira switch at the end was very interesting as well from Insidious, but Fantastic Fox did take the map right there. So looks like
it looks like we'll be starting soon. Both teams seems to be ready, and I feel that we have been seeing a lot of King's Row for the last few teams. But I think one of the reasons is because King's Row is one of those safe maps. It's a textbook map. It's been here for ages, and teams, for the last 8-9 seasons, people have loved to scrim this match. It's easy to understand. It's easy to execute, and of course, Reinhardt has been such a core part in the earlier season, and it's still a core part of the com in King's Row even right now, season 9.
Even Statsman says 5 out of 6 of today's matches have had King's Row played. If it wasn't the first map, it's probably the second map. And Fantastic Fox will want to try and seal the deal here on King's Row, akin to the previous matches. So, John, I was actually thinking what you said about how C teams are very good mechanically. Like less disciplined, more like go wild, go crazy, get those skills. It's actually a very common thing, in not only in Overwatch but in many games for the C community, including MOBAs, including fighting games and stuff. It's a lot less disciplined but more reactionary instead.
I was lucky enough to help out in analysis, one of the current contenders team in the region. So that's one of the things I realized, and I've been sitting in scrims and stuff. And one of the things definitely as coaches we will notice is that set plays tend to be lacking, right? So proper positioning or rotation tend to be a bit lacking, and then the engage is generally a more simple, basic form of dive. So if you have a higher level tracer, your tracer is just more consistent, a better, that team tends to win, not because of meta or set play or whatnot. Generally, it tends to be because of pure, kind of like ESA. I mean, I know Salazar said ESA doesn't matter, but it kind of does in Southeast Asia.
Incoming in 30 seconds.
So apparently Bridget hasn't been played yet. I'm not actually sure about that. So John, I have a question for you. Good follow-up. Do you think mechanical skill is more important, or do you think set plays are more important? So guys, Bridget was in the first match, apparently.
And that is such a loaded question. I think both of them are equally important, and it depends on what kind of. I mean, I'd rather all the players be as high as possible before focusing on set play. So I don't know. That's such a loaded question. Let me have King's Row to think about it, and I'll tell you my answer at the end of the match.
Same. I have a few points about that as well. Oh, Was that a disconnect? Sorry, I think I DC'd a bit there.
No problem. So anyway, it's gonna be King.
Yeah.
So both teams are going to be running a Reinhardt, like the age-old traditional Reinhardt comp, and the engage is gonna become quick. And both teams are running a Mora, so we're gonna be seeing a lot of coalescence, right? Sorry, ZTTP is running an Ana instead of a Mora, so we're gonna be seeing a coalescence pretty quickly for the side of Insidious. Charge goes down. Net actually gets the what?
Dude,
Net dies. Nater gets gets the neck, however.
Strike onto 2 right there. Insidious is bringing us back. Even though they did give up a tick right there, we do see Fantastic Fox beaten back. Oh crap.
Nater doesn't have his mag, and he's only at 63%. So if they do engage really quickly before Nater gets his mag, I think they do have a very small window of opportunity where they can capitalize on the point. So it's gonna be a great splash. No, it only gets a Reinhardt, but is that enough? I think Oxidize is gonna go down. Nope.
Yeah, Bricks
the
there
one
with
and Net goes down. 12-15 goes down as well. Zaya actually has the nano, and that's because they need to charge the Graviton as fast as possible.
So Yeezy there with a Jedi. Oh, but Starboy is there, who has switched the Reaper. That Blossom is available, still didn't use it. But this actually has gone in the way of the attack. Fantastic Fox does have the Sound Barrier available, the Earth Shatter available, and the Death Blossom available. That's a really basic combo, really classic combo. So you actually notice Fantastic Fox is running the Beyblade of Season 2 in a sense.
Yep, and definitely interesting combination here where the Reaper is swapped out for the Juggernaut is swapped out for the Reaper. The Shatter doesn't really get anyone, but I think it's gonna be enough to clinch the point. Somebody's gonna get charged.
Forced to actually charge it, but Starboy in the backline gets to. Nader is the only one left. Bricks trying to flank around, gets a kill onto the Ana, but there's a Graviton.
Oh, I actually don't think the Graviton was needed there. They could have just used the Graviton to snowball the next fight. But I guess better safe than sorry. Still, what do you think, Dux? Do you think the Graviton was needed?
I think Dark Shadow actually puts so much weight in Brix's play, and the Tracer really just wanted to catch that out, maybe prevent a pulse bomb to come out instead. Very safe play instead. They're coming out from Fantastic Fox.
Well, as a coach myself, I like some risky plays coming out because I think risky play really epitomizes how good a team is when you balance the risk and the reward. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Dark Shadow is going to get that really quickly, being a great Zaya, of course. And it's going to be both teams duking it out at Bookstore once again.
Yeah, so the pub is gonna be battleground here in front of the bookstore. Very contrasting shops right there in Kings Row. But in the meantime, similar lineup, similar results. Dark Shadow now, we can oxidize. Oh, the Delta Shock actually lands up on top. Natnats with the charge bubble is on him to keep topped up and protect them. So Fantastic Fox is just pushing really well here. Nader gets taken down.
I thought they were gonna stagger Nader. I think they had an opportunity to stagger Nader, but I guess not.
Dude, Nader's self-destruct actually lands on the small sniper perch up on top. Very unfortunate landing there for the Diva.
Oh, I missed that actually. So it was totally. It wasn't that. It didn't get anyone, right? Like it was too high.
It was like blocked up from the below or something. I believe I would correct. Now Nanabu's coming out here. Oh, the Earth Shatter actually gets people, but now there is Attack Visor on the top part. Yeezy with the kill there onto the Lucio. That Blossom is there in contrast. It's gonna be Overwatch versus Blackwatch in this engagement. Insidious on the back foot. Natsats with the kill onto the Tracer. There's a hook, but Fearless with the kill there onto the Serious Discord. Really doing so much work. The Reinhardt really low. Yeezy going in for the kill and gets the takedown. Starboy and Yeezy now are battling implications.
Anyway, for those who doesn't know, right? For those who've been watching, hasn't been patching their Overwatch, Reaper has been buffed. Now you can cancel your Wraith anytime you want. You can do what Starboy do. Wraith in front of the Zaya face when the enemy is running away from you, cancels it, reload, and then just take out the enemy tank and does that one shot.
You can use up a clip, Wraith farm, reload, and then Death Blossom and reload after that. You're gonna
Pretty
get so
insane
many
buff
shots.
actually.
Insane. I think you also get your Wraith farm once again after the Death Blossom. So that's like 32 shots in a. Speaking of shots, Sun Series taking lots of shots. The whole hog doing so much. Oxidize
that combo, that one man combo down, sending him down the pit of doom.
The small pits here on Kings Row, only a Mercy can actually navigate that properly. Oh, we do see Starboy playing really sneakily. He looks like he's going into the backline. Graviton Surge comes out here from Fantastic Fox. Dark Shadow gets the Mercy, and the Zenyatta Oxidize now stuck in position. He falls. Bricks is the only one left. The McCree loses his hat and his life.
Nader has been playing has been playing Zaya for a while, and that's a really interesting point. So we're gonna run the replay from the last match to see what happens. But I would like to point out that I thought it was an interesting idea, interesting switch when you switch a Diva for a Zaya because I think Nader felt he wasn't doing enough because he was always getting hooked by Sun series, right? Sun, I'd like to point out that Sun series had made so many good hooks. I counted at least 3 that swung the fight into Fantastic Fox's favor. Always Sun series hook, just hook again and again and again, and there was very little a D.Va could do to stop that. But as a Xayah, you can stop the enemy's hook, and you can stop a good Roadhog's hook, and of course you can charge your counter Graviton to counter the enemy's Graviton, right? The enemy has a win condition you don't have. You have your own Graviton. Now you have the win condition that they have as well.
Yeah, I do agree with the fact that the Roadhog needs to be countered in the sense that Zarbubba will do that. But I think Nater also got a little tilted with the fact that his self-destruct actually landed up on top instead.
That's true, right? The emotional
yeah,
impact of that bomb. He must be like, what the ever-living... You know, that kind of thing.
There's a psychological factor in everything. Everyone can get tilted even with the biggest prize pools or the smallest prize. Everything. Human factor at its finest, right there.
I do like that his switch, but maybe the momentum of Fantastic was just too strong, you know, to push through the whole point. When the match ended, Nater had 70-something% outcharge, which isn't too bad, seeing that he only swapped for the last point, so that's kind of decent.
Yeah. The Gravel Surge was so close, but yet so far there for Insidious.
So
but
close
now,
yet so far.
It's like they're actually switching roles. Nater is on the support this time, and Sam is on the Zarya instead. So probably
you can obviously see that Insidious really doesn't like Junkrat. They haven't played Junkrat in both maps, in both rounds that Junkrat is technically meta for. Instead, they are choosing to play something that's more, you know, 2 seasons back. So we're going back to the old meta right now, where you play McCree for King's Row.
It just goes to show to me that Insidious has better hit scan rather than projectile DPS heroes. Look at Bricks on the McCree once again. And getting some space made from Oxidize and Sam. But now Fearless is healing up. Damage boost is available as well. It's just being shifted around. Ooh, Natnats almost loses all his armor. Oxidize gets biotic grenade and good fire strike there.
So I'll say that only occurred because they had a Junkrat where the Nana could step off the point, trust his Junkrat to produce much more damage, and step back in to punish the enemy tank. In which case Oxidize. In which case this is Oxidize.
Yeah, very fair point. The grenades not only break the barrier, if you actually shoot them over it, can get the people at the back. On the other hand, the McCree it's just like shooting a wall there, just getting some pot shots onto a blue barrier, a red barrier rather.
This is something Fox will want to do again and again. You know, step off the point, let the Junkrat break the enemy's Reinhardt shield, step back in the point. Now you can punish the Reinhardt. We are going to see this again and again if they execute it well enough. Let's take a look.
Fantastic Fox also has a D.Va to get into the point quickly, but Bricks now is damage boosted and dead-eyed. Oh, he gets the mech and 12-15 now a kill on to 2 so far from the McCree. But in the meantime, Sun Series is launching the black hole right there. Big Earth Shatter from Oxidize allows Insidious to establish a foothold onto the point.
So, gonna take a look at the last fight, but I mean, Briggs has been... I think Briggs could sort of hear his caster saying how McCree just isn't used, and he was like, wait, no, I disagree. I'm gonna show you my 2 kills High Noon, because that High Noon really clinched the point. Yeah, sure, the Shadow was good, but what started the Shatter? What made them got shattered? Maybe the shock of being High Noon, like losing half of the team to High Noon, perhaps.
Also, really good protection there from his team. He was allowed to channel the Deadeye long enough for the defense matrix to run out. So really good play there from Insidious Gaming.
Yeah, so they're gonna be holding Bookstall, kind of deja vu again. It's been deja vu for 5 teams.
Oh, look at Sam! Look at Sam! Oh, Sam with the black hole! Oh, to the back part. Even hooks the D.Va though, but there is a sound barrier to protect them. Starboard also with a Riptide. Now Oxidize. Oh, Natnats actually with the Earth Shatter. Natnats is going in. Here's another charge and Oxidize. What? Play there. Wait,
how did a Reinhardt get behind enemy right and charged the enemy right back to his team? Dude, that's insane.
He pressed W and just went for it. Now though, Fearless is bringing back the McCree up, but the Fantastic Fox has already established a foothold. But we do see Insidious does have the time to go in. Natnats is quite far away.
This is why you play a Lucio, my friend. This is why you play a Lucio in Devil, because it allows your Ryan to make cheeky plays like that when the enemy Ryan can only look at you and, cry.
Yeah. In the meantime, it's time for Insidious to cry. A Starboy does do a Riptide. And Nater with a Transcendence. You can't really do that, my friend, to protect anyone from a Riptide. Now there is a Graviton Surge. Bricks even gets his Deadeye cancelled, so Insidious is being beaten back once again.
I'll say Insidious made a mistake there because they used Trance to continue the fight, but they obviously knew they were going to lose the fight without even forcing the enemy to grab. So what happened there was they used the Trance to make them stay in the fight, and Sun Series just said, wait a minute, that Trance was badly used, and just grabbed straight away. So I think maybe they should have just lost the fight without using Trance, and then maybe hope for next fight. I don't know. I just thought the Trance wasn't that effective.
I think they were at the point that the chance that was used for initiation, and they shouldn't have followed up on it instead. Like, it was a waste to use a chance against the Riptire, but you know, it was already done. So Sam here ready with the Gravity Surge. The defense matrix is on point from Dark Shadow. You might want to catch the Black Hole there. Air Shatter once again. Gravity Surge goes to counter this up from Sam, and now Oxidized with his own doesn't get anyone. Soundbarrier coming out from 12-15. Norris the self-destruct gets no one.
Macris alone is isolated along with the Yeezy over there. It looks like he's going to be able to move back thanks to Fearless Valkyrie that keeps everyone alive, but they're still going to lose the fight, and Fantastic is going to push up, hoping to catch one or two more people. Yeezy is kind of overextended, and that's going to allow Sun Series to just kill him with that 100 energy beam.
Dude, Sun Series has the power of 1,000 suns right now. Yeezy was probably trying to either help someone or like whole hug someone to the back, but it wasn't in a good position. He didn't have Take a Breather available anymore, and Fantastic Fox gets some sweet ult charge from the Roadhog once again.
Sun Series being such a beast on Roadhog and Xayah Light, showing that you can't just be a great flex tank on one row, you have to be a great flex tank on multiple characters to be called a true flex tank main.
Now Black Hole once again coming out, grabbing the surge forward. Oh, biotic grenade from the Ano CTP. Starboy with the Riptire as well to finalize those kills.
Fantastic has such a clean engaged play where the Graviton is followed immediately by Wheel. There's so little latency, so little lag, I would say, between the engage and the follow up. So great play here by Fantastic. Glad to see they are doing well. On the other side, on Insidious, I think Macri is kind of struggling. I think Bricks is struggling. You can't high noon anymore. You can't do your previous cheeky high noon in this map because it's so tight. There's so many corners. They have to find a way to make Macri work, and I'm not too sure whether they should be playing Macri in the first place. There we go.
Does fall once again. So Fantastic Fox actually playing really well, learning from their mistake a while ago from the Deadeye. We do see Dark Shadow on point with his DMs, and he does have the Self-Shock almost available as well. In the meantime, with Nater here with the rest of his team in the bar, probably having around, Transcendence is available, however, and now he actually uses it offensively. There is a Nano Boost coming out and a Self-Shock as well, and even an Earth Shatter! So many Fantastic Fox. So
that is what I was talking about. That kind of engage where you go for a shatter and your flex tank trusts you. They're not doing it like 3-4 seconds after. They're doing it literally right like half a second after your clear engage. So great play here by Fantastic. They really deserve that. I mean, this is great play overall by Fantastic.
really good play there, but in hindsight, they might have wished that Dark Shadow got that Self-Destruct sooner and those 3 kills sooner, because they ended up using 2 more ultimates than they actually really needed to. In the meantime, Sam now ready with his Graviton Surge, but 12-15 does have the Sound Barrier, so maybe the music can actually... Oh, that's a Graviton from behind the wall. Very amazing play there from Sam. Sound Barrier, though, is there to cancel it out. And now we do see a Graviton coming in from the other side. Bricks does have the barrage coming out, getting 2, however, and this is the opening Insidious actually needs.
So wow, that was a really fast barrage, because it was like one moment he doesn't have barrage and the next moment it's 100% is ready, because I actually thought they wouldn't have enough damage to follow up with the Graviton, but they actually did, because the Bricks is no longer playing a Macri, he's a Pharah now, and Pharah is just a Ghetto Junkrat, or should I say a Junkrat is a Ghetto Pharah? No, in King's Row I think Pharah is the Ghetto Junkrat, because you don't really play Pharah here. I do like the choice though.
I think what you're trying to say is Junkrat is actually better in the Ghetto area, so
yeah, something like that, yeah.
Something like that, dude. It's all,
Ghetto, yeah.
Basically, third point is where Junkrats really shine. Of course, first and second point are good too, but the Pharah can usually dominate a Junkrat. But now, so Bricks with a bait pick, the Pharah baiting out the Widow, and now he switches to Widow as well. It's a hitscan fight, and the hitscan fight is always gonna go Insidious' way since they were playing the McCree, so showing they have hitscan prowess instead. So now Bricks getting those shots, Dark Shadow really low. Oh, the charge onto the Reinhardt. Oh, Natnats. Starboy with his Riptire. Can this be shut down by Bricks? Oh, Bricks gets sniped out by Sun Series.
Is the Wheel actually gonna get oxidized? What?
That was such a risky play there from Fantastic Fox. Almost paid off in the end, but the self-destruct from Yeezy preventing anyone to go to the point.
I like I said, I really like the swap coming out from Bricks here, because if he had played, one of the few reasons why Sam was grabbing yet not being able to have enough damage to follow up was because they were playing a McCree, right? So if you play a McCree, you obviously wouldn't have enough follow up. But if you play a Pharah slash Junkrat, now that's a whole different thing altogether. It's much easier to follow up with the consistent form of sustained damage you need to deal to the teams, to the people trapped inside the Graviton. But I gotta say, wow, Sansiri, with the amount of flex that he's bringing to Fantastic Fox, he played Roadhog, he played Zaya, even played Widowmaker at the last point.
Yeah, also, I did enjoy Fantastic Fox trusting Starbird to get that kill, but sadly, Silvershock was there to counter this out. In the meantime, this is the first match of today that has gone into the second map round. Actually, yeah, that's true. This is the first time I've seen a full cap from both teams, but of course, Insidious does have a lot less time than Fantastic Fox.
And of course, yeah, it's exactly what we know, right? Because both teams are high enough level for this to be a tight, high-level fight. And I'm not disappointed at all. It has been such an exciting game with Flex coming out, people changing characters to counter the pick of the other character. This has been a lovely, exciting game so far.
Yeah, so now we do see the Fire once again, and the Mercy now coming in from Insidious. And Sun Series is already on it. Soldier 76 is ready. They know that Bricks is actually capable of the Fire, and they have adjusted accordingly. In the meantime, though, there is now a contest coming in from the point. Oh, Bricks takes down Sun Series.
There was a double rocket shot. That was awesome, Bricks. Why are you playing McCree just now? Play a Fire. Your Fire is awesome. So anyway, that was like
I think Bricks was actually trying to bait out the complacency coming in from Fantastic Fox. This is some solid mind games right there, really risky, and this is actually working out in the favor of Insidious. Bricks is given free reign in the sky. Sun Series is there though, but he's not doing enough right now, and Insidious even captures the point in 40 seconds.
So one of the reasons, I think Sansiri was actually shooting the Pharah, but I mean, when you are Pharah, of course there's someone following you, right? The Mercy's following you all the time, and at that vital moment, Sansiri just wasn't getting pocketed. ZTTP wasn't healing him, he was healing the tanks, so he actually, and of course Bricks, not to take away anything from Bricks, but Brick landed 2 direct rocket hit. That's not easy at all.
Yeah, that's a really big deal. 120 damage times 2 is 240. This destroys everyone. In the meantime, Starbird wants to destroy something. Oh, gets 2 in the backline. There is an engage, however, but the backline of Insidious has fallen, and now there is a tactical advice coming from Sun Series. Desperation. Rocket Barrage from Brick Vampire as well. Graviton coming out from Fantastic Fox. Dark Shadow doing work. Casting a shadow of doubt here for the push of Insidious Gaming. The Pharmacy though is still alive, doing some justice from above. Big Ben is watching over the Pharmacy, but Bricks has fallen. The Mercy is the only one left. Fearless is actually fearing for his life. That's with the Fire Strike onto him. There's a Winston now coming out from Sam. Will he's actually stay alive? He's really low. No, he falls, and Fantastic Fox will hold.
There we go. So Bricks, great play by Bricks actually. When he barraged in the sky, when he used his barrage, I thought he was actually going to get taken out, but because of his angle, right, he played around the angle, he played near the wall of the bookstore. It was really hard to shut him down. I think only half of his body could have been seen, I mean, depending on where he was standing. So great position there to start off the barrage, and it really stopped the enemy from, it really stopped Fantastic from following up after their Graviton. So lots of outs used on the side of both team, and influential outs at that, but both teams sort of not being able to follow with 100% of like what they would like to do, so kind of like a very diluted follow-up. So you kind of see this after the Graviton gets used, after the barrage gets used, people were just, you know, not all 6 didn't die. It was just dropping 1 or 2 deaths slowly but surely. Fantastic was winning, but it wasn't really that crazy even though Grav was used.
Yeah. You can see the rocket barrage is not in the most optimal spot. It's like a corner, you can't get those rockets out. Oh, we're gonna have a pause, so we can talk about it for quite a bit.
I would argue that barrage, right, was sort of like a zoning barrage. Yeah, don't laugh, because I know zoning out sounds like a criticism, but I actually thought that was pretty good because he barraged I think after the Graph. I'm not sure, you have to check with that, but I think he did that so the enemy couldn't follow up. So to me, it was actually a good barrage.
Guys, where is the admin? No.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, so let's go back into the game. Oh, sorry, I lost my train of thought with checking out the players. So yeah, you do have a point. It was a zoning barrage, also a force barrage as well. Gravity Surge was there, but the sound barrier coming out to protect the rocket barrage as well was key because if the fire was just left behind without the soundbar, he would have easily
He would
fallen.
die. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, super fast because he was so close to the ground. The sign was there. The sign was actually doing damage to the Pharaoh.
Oh, it's really okay. I missed
Like
that.
it was like, or maybe like some splash or something. There was like small ticks.
I do like how like both DPS use zoning ultimate, because I would argue that the tactical visor was sort of a zoning ultimate as well, because he used it during this, like, I think during the effect of the sound barrel or something, and I think it was just kind of cool because both DPS was like, I'm just gonna throw my outs. I'm not gonna wait for a better opportunity. I think this is the better opportunity. It's both teams just pressing the kill. Everyone, there was like maybe like 6-7 times of kill being pressed and keyboards being spoiled.
Well, now Fantastic Fox does have the opportunity to take this here if they can get the point and push the payload to past what Insidious has done. Insidious does have the Genji Reaper and Bricks already diving. Gets trapped, however. Starboy with a really good bear trap doesn't get it though. Oh, that's actually
Just not gonna get anyone, yeah. So that's gonna be an overextension there by Oxidize, but I think not Oxidize, sorry, Net. But I think they can afford to play more risky. They can take risks like this because they have 3 minutes. They don't care how many times they lose. They just need to get one clean pin, one pick, and they're gonna win it anyway. They have a far bigger time bank than Insidious.
I think Nats took a little too long for get that charge. Bricks already got out of the bear trap, and he does have the Dragon Blade in just a bit. Fearless already with the Coalescence. In the meantime, though, Starboy with his Riptide. Sun Series is raining justice, and there's a tire exploding. Bricks has fallen, so Dragon Blade has been quite countered as well. Dark Shadow revived now. Valkyrie has been blocked here by Fantastic Fox, and 4 on the point, forcing Insidious to actually back off in the meantime.
Playing his fifth character is on the far right now. So wow, Sun Series. Okay, that certainly is impressive because he played the far really well, showing that he's not just a flag tank main, he's also a DPS main.
So Insidious actually giving up the point makes sense because it's way too close for a second engagement. If it reached like past the pub, babe, you could go for a desperation contest on the first point. But here near the clothing shop, it's way too close. The spawn advantage is way too great.
That's a
for
really
the
good
attackers.
point, Dex. Yeah, they need to give it up early so they can get this hardcore point, which you wouldn't get if you try to stall the point, of course.
Anyway, now Oxidize here ready with the Earth Shatter. This is the best play to actually fight. Oh, as a Reinhardt Earth Shatter here will get like the other half that's not blocked. Nat's now going for the fire strike, getting that full charge as well. Oh, Starboy already with the Riptide, playing very sneaky. Oxidize uses his, and soundbars have been popped from both sides. Oh, Oxidize does fall and then actually gets the deck as well. Bricks though with Rocket Barrage, he actually blows himself up. Really good dive coming in there from Fantastic Fox. Nat's actually revived up here, and this looks like it is gonna be going the way of the attack. Fearless just gets blown up to pieces. Our Sam does fall, and yes, Fantastic Fox.
Com, right? I feel Insidious com is a little bit of it was a little bit off because if you play a Lucio and Mercy against Lucio Mora against a Graviton against like such a great Sun Series Xayah, and Sun Series is a great Xayah, you're gonna get punished because you have nothing that can counter the Xayah, right? So one way of countering is playing your own Xayah and then having your own Graviton to win the fight after you lose the fight. But I mean, I think who was playing Diva? Who was playing the flex tank? Sam, yeah. Sam went back to Diva for the last push. So he was playing Xayah at first, but he went back to Diva. So I think he could have just stuck to Xayah. I don't know. I think Xayah was really necessary there. If not, they're not gonna get the defense, because the moment Sun Series use the